Phil and Joe are gay and they intend to get married. So they contact Sue, the owner of the local bakery, to make them a wedding cake. Sue declines the business because she feels this is a violation of her ethics, morals, values, beliefs, and her faith, and she cannot in good conscience complete this service. So Phil and Joe give Sue an impassioned plea, begging her to choose her battles for what they are, not how they are perceived. They begin by explaining that two parishioners from Sue's very own church have already provided services to them. The first owns the local supermarket and sold the groceries to them that they will use at their wedding reception. The second repaired the muffler on their car that they will drive to the wedding. And finally, Phil and Joe conclude their remarks by reminding Sue that the wedding cake is a man-made tradition, not something that you find in the Holy Bible. However, again, Sue does refuse. She states that creating this cake would violate her religious convictions. So Sue gets sued, and in court, it is nearly impossible to defend an immaterial object such as faith against a material object like a wedding cake. When the verdict comes in, Phil and Joe get their win. They take their victory home and hang it on the wall, but then they get a strange call. It's from the local extremist organization. They want to order flyers from Phil and Joe's print shop. The flyers are to be used at Jewish bar mitzvahs, Christian baptisms, and Sweet 16 birthday parties. Now, Phil and Joe decide they must decline printing flyers for the extremist group because this violates their conscience, their ethics, and their morals. The extremist group then informs Phil and Joe that they cannot make a moral objection because they sued Sue the baker into oblivion for doing the very same thing. The moral of the story is that each time we as a people depend upon the government to legislate morality or to manage faith, we all lose our freedom to object to anything that we do not agree with. We should all always have that freedom, the one of being able to protest and not comply with a task or a service that violates our conscience, our ethics, our morals, or our faith.